Here is a multiplication fact. 3 times 7 is equal to 21. The numbers to be multiplied are called factors, and the answer is called the product. So in this example, the 3 and the 7 are the factors, and the 21 is the product. Another multiplication fact is 7 times 3 is equal to 21. Reversing the factors does not change the product. Multiplication, like addition, is commutative. And here's the commutative property of multiplication. For any real numbers a and b, a times b is equal to b times a. And when you're working with variables, we can write them side by side. No time symbol is needed, but we know that it means times. To say ab is equal to ba, that means a times b is equal to b times a. Here's our multiplication fact again. 3 times 7 is 21, and we can think of this as 3 groups of 7, or 7 plus 7 plus 7, which is equal to 21. In the other multiplication fact, 7 times 3 is 21, we can think of that as 7 groups of 3, or 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus another 3 is equal to 21. Now here's a problem where one of the factors is negative. 3 times negative 7. And that's negative 21. We can think of this as 3 groups of negative 7, and we know that negative 7 plus negative 7 plus negative 7 is equal to negative 21. Since multiplication is commutative, if 3 times negative 7 is equal to negative 21, then negative 7 times 3 is equal to negative 21. Trying to represent it as negative 7 groups of 3 is a little difficult, so we'll just have to accept that negative 7 times 3 is the opposite of what 7 times 3 is. So if 7 times 3 is 21, negative 7 times 3 is negative 21. When both factors are negative, the product is the opposite of what it would be if just one factor is negative. So since 3 times negative 7 is negative 21, then negative 3 times negative 7 is positive 21. So we have 3 times 7 is equal to 21. 7 times 3 is also 21. 7 times negative 3 is negative 21. Negative 3 times 7 is negative 21. 3 times negative 7 is negative 21. Negative 7 times 3 is negative 21. Negative 7 times negative 3 is 21. And negative 3 times negative 7 is also 21. Perhaps you noticed a pattern. If both factors are positive, the answer is positive. If both factors are negative, the answer is positive. If one of the factors is positive and the other negative, the answer is negative. Or another way to say it is, if the sign of the two factors is the same, the answer is positive. If the sign of the two factors is different, the answer is negative. In a problem with more than 2 factors, just count the number of negative numbers. If the number of negative numbers is odd, the product is negative. If the number of negative numbers is even, the product is positive. There is an exception. If one of the factors is 0, then the product is 0. Any number times 0 is 0, and this is called the multiplication property of 0. Stated, for any real number n times 0 is 0. To summarize, when multiplying 2 non-zero numbers, the answer is positive if the signs are the same, and the answer is negative if the signs are different. The product of any number and 0 is 0.